that's the end of the first day of the International Anglers meeting, and the first International Anglers meeting for former world champion, twice actually, Thomas Walter. Welcome to the International Anglers meeting, Thomas.
Thanks, it's been a great experience.
Okay. You've been here 2 days. You've had two training days and you fished the first day today. Tell me, what do you think of the venue?
Yeah, as you know, I planned to have 2 different training days. The first day I trained only the bolo, the second day on the pole. And I was lucky enough to draw in section E, which is full of fish on the bolos. So I had a 1 day training for the bolo and I'm fishing for that. I think that if I would spend more time on the bolo in the last 48 hours, possibly I could have a bit more result, a bit better result. But anyway, it doesn't matter so much. It's so excellent fishing that the result is a second thing. After a half an hour, getting the bites, one after one after one, it's fantastic, really. I enjoyed very much.
So you sat on peg E47 today. Yeah. Tell me quickly how the day went for you.
Yeah, it started very good. It was dark in the parking place. Okay, so it was very early when we had the draw, and I had the E47, which was, as looking on the paper, was fantastic because the E51 is the end peg, you know, and then it's quite close, and I was expecting a very good area to fish in, but I was wrong actually. The area was quite poor comparing to the middle of the section, and especially the downstream area of the section. So after 1 hour, it was sure that we have no chance to win from this part of the section. It's clear. Afterwards, it was just fishing. So my plan was to start on the pole. I spent maybe 80 seconds on it because then I had the second 20-gram roach. it was enough, and then only bolo fishing all day long. And it was a really good experience. As I told you, I enjoyed every minute of it, but I had no chance to win from that part. It's easy to see if you look the result and you see that the end peg of E51 has been the last in the section.
Yeah, as I say, you did quite well at your end of the section. The numbers came to your left, the bigger fish came out. Have you learned anything today? What modifications, if you could fish again today, what modifications would you make for better fishing today?
If I have to sit again the same place tomorrow, I would feed much more aggressive on the beginning and be more quiet in the second part of the match, because when some bigger fish arrived to the area, they didn't like so much the boom, 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 especially the bream. You saw my last 20 minutes. I didn't feed so much then, and I had several skimmers and bream, but it's a roach match, so it didn't help so much, but at least it gave a couple of kilos. And I would change a bit the feeding strategy, but I think the maximum to achieve here is 5 to 10 points, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, the organisation to the venue, the event, are you happy with everything?
Excellent. The venue is excellent. There should be national competitions here, international competitions, sorry. There should be some European or World Championship in the future. I really support that idea.
All right, thanks very much for talking to us. Would you quickly run us through one of the rigs that you used today on the bolo?
It's not a problem, I can show you. They are all the same, so it will be easy to choose one.
Great, then let's go have a look.
So the rig what I use today is very similar to a normal bolo rig, what we use in Hungary normally, but the only difference is that the main line is 17, but there is a part of line what I learned from Günther Höhler, 2 times winning Brandenburg, that I put main line 22 for the last 2 meters of the rig to put the shots on, and you know, because you fish with normally you fish with a sweet cone on the hook. Many times it tangles a bit or wants to tangle a bit, but to avoid the tangles, this stiff big line 22 helps you out. The hook length is 0.14, the size of the hook is 12. There was another hook type that I used with size 14 and the line was 12. Anyway, the shotting is the same. There is a little swivel. After the swivel there is a shot number 6. About 1 hook length above there is a shot number 3. There is a shot number 0, and then several big shots to help you to avoid the tangles. And the 10 gram of the 12 gram float is together with this kind of Exner Magic Globes. They are movable, very simple. You just move the shots and then you can move the bulk as well. Anyway, that was the rig I used, and I think there was no problem with it, actually. I still believe that I could catch more fish, but not because of the rig. So the float is made by a local guy. His name is Lino, and it has a very special shape. Normally, bolo float should be more like a carrot, you know, with a more fat top. But here it is quite thin, which is reasonable because you don't want to hold back the float anyway. You just fish, it runs, and when you strike, it has much less noise, much more calm, and I think it's perfect for roach fishing. But if we would fish for bream, I would use more fat float upstream.